Good morning, GRIZZ here. Well, for the first time in a month, I'm actually feeling pretty decent. I still have the infection. It's not as bad. I do want to clear a few things up. Everybody thinks that this product here had something to do with me getting sick, and that is not the case. These are supplements. These are natural products that you put in your system that have nothing to do with an infection. I want to clear that up. Are just simply herbal supplements. Nothing more. They're just based on your DNA. They don't cause an infection. They don't cure an infection. They help strengthen the weak link in your DNA chain. And in this case, it's for diet. What happened to me was something a doctor doesn't know. Could have been a pimple, could have been a ingrown hair, could have been the thing to get wiped on the backside well enough. It could have been anything to cause this infection. And this infection went from the middle of my chest to my toes. It had nothing to do with the supplement. So please get that out of your mind and understand this had nothing to do with it. Health is based on a multitude of things. We've discussed that. Health is based on attitude. Health is based on what you consume. Health is based on, obviously, how you treat certain things. Now, I thought I had things cleared up. I thought I had things fixed, but I didn't. I ended up in the hospital for a month, or for a week. Okay, it happens. I talked to physical therapy. I now have a urologist. I have a infectious disease doctor, all of which after I get this done at 9 o'clock, I got to get a hold of and get appointments with so that I can get my follow-ups done, so I get back to work, so I can start putting money in the account so I can pay my bills. Probably I can't. That's okay. Something will happen. We'll fix it. I just wanted to clarify that it is not the supplements. It's not anything from Euphoria Science that caused this. This was caused by an outside source. So understand that. Please don't go laying blame where it doesn't belong. And start, if you want to ask questions about it, please ask questions about it. I will tell you, one of the best things I ever did was these supplements, because it has affected my diet in the most positive manner I've ever seen. Even in the hospital. No issues with eating, no issues with hunger, no issues with, it was very simple, very easy. So if you want to know more about it, please let me know. DM me, we'll talk. If you want to know what your body's doing in certain areas, the DNA is about the best source to do it, right? Because it's what creates us, it's what makes us different from everybody else. It's also what makes us the same race, the human race. We're all human based on our DNA, right? Or it's very significantly different between what makes us different. So we have more in common than we have that separates us. And sometimes I swear we focus on the things that separate us instead of the things that make us unified. We need to stop doing that. We need to stop doing that. I'm watching things on Facebook and just disgusted with how people talking. What people are saying to people that I either choose not to get a vaccine or can't get a vaccine, but cannot because their medical history doesn't allow it. It's too dangerous. People are chastising these people because they can't, and they're trying to save their lives. What happened to my body, my choice? I'm very, very sick of what I'm hearing. Very ashamed of some of these people that call themselves my friends, how they talk to people who don't do what they think they should do. Shame on you. We're treating people so poorly. You claim to be tolerant. You claim to love other people. You claim to do this stuff because you love other people. It's a crock of crap. You don't do it because you love other people. You do it because you're afraid of it and you expect them to comply to your fear. Shame on you. Shame on you. And you know who you are. And it pisses me off to see it every day. See how you talk to people every day and they claim to be tolerant and loving. There's nothing loving about who you are. It's disgusting. Grow up. Learn to read facts. Learn to research for yourself and stop. My God, stop chastising people for not doing what you think they should do. Shame on you. How dare you talk to people that way? How dare you shame people because they can't do something or won't do something you won't do? What happened to my body, my choice? And everybody says, oh, well, that's different because you can infect somebody and kill them. Well, I have news. If you have an abortion, you 100% of the time kill another living human being. 100% chance of death for somebody. And it sure as the hell isn't you. Don't tell me it's different. That's a crock of shit. There's nothing different about it. Is it the one thing that is different? You have a 99.9% chance of survival if you catch this. And only 10% of the people in this country have caught it. Shame on you. Shame on you for shaming people into doing what you think they should do because you're afraid. You're afraid. You're scared. How dare you? How dare you? And I'm doing this because I'm pissed off because of what I've seen the last few days, how people treat people that can't or won't get the vaccine. Some people can't get the vaccine. And it's not a vaccine, by the way. It's gene therapy. And it's not even approved by the FDC, by the way. Why? Because it hasn't gone through all the trials. And to say it's the one thing that's going to save us is a crock of horse shit. And you know it. Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I'm pissed because everybody wants to restrict people who don't do what they want them to do. When did this country turn into, you better do what I tell you to do, or you're going to go to jail? Because I'm afraid of something, and if you don't comply and believe the way I do, you're not tolerant, you're a bigot. When did that change? When did somebody become a bigot because they had a different opinion? They're not a bigot, they just have a different opinion. They don't agree with you. That makes them a bigot? No. No. It means they don't agree with you. Shame on you for the way you talk to people. There's nothing loving about what you're doing. There's nothing loving about wearing a mask. Telling me that I have to wear a mask for your protection? Great. Put a gun on your hip for my protection. And I know there's going to be people out there that say, oh, well, that's not the same thing. That's a crock of shit. It's the same exact logic. And I'm going to tell you why. You know why it's the same exact logic? The reason it's the same exact logic is because I'm telling you that you need to do something to protect me because I'm afraid that something's going to happen that hasn't happened yet and may never, ever, 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 ever happen. I'm so afraid of it. You need to do something to show me that you're there for me. I can't protect almost 8 billion people. I can't protect 100 people. I can't protect 50 people from home. I can't do it. I can protect the people in my house. That's it. That's it. And I'm more responsible for myself than anybody else. And I can choose my own path. I don't need you telling me what to do. It's disgusting how tribalistic this country's become. And it's on both sides. I'm not saying that it's one side or the other. I'm saying it's both sides. For those of you out there, they would say, oh, well, he supports this person or he supports that person. I don't support any of them. I think they're all pieces of shit that need to be taken out of office because they do nothing, including our current president and his vice president. They're do nothing people. They aren't going to do anything but cost you money. I don't care what they've done. I don't care what good they've done. The only thing they're going to do is pull money out of your pocket. That's all they're there for. They're going to pull more money out of your pocket. They're going to pull more money out of your pocket. They're going to pull more money out of your pocket. Why? Because you don't matter to them. And if you think you matter to them, you're fooling yourself. Yes, this is a rant because I have been on Facebook asking certain questions of people like about the vaccine. People are saying, well, if it's not mandatory, they should be, if they don't do it, they need to do this, this, this. What if your doctor says no? Don't take Fauci's word. Don't take the president's word. Don't take your friend across the street's word that it's going to work for you. There's one person that knows more than anybody else, and they could be wrong, but they have a better opinion. It's going to be a better guess. Your doctor. Look it up. Don't go do something based on somebody else's fears. Who cares what other people think? Your doctor. Your doctor is your medical professional that knows the most about you and give you the best advice concerning this. And if you choose not to do that and you choose to just run with the fear, that's your choice. Do not chat with somebody else. Or if they don't want to, okay. If they don't want to wear a mask, okay. If you want to wear a mask, great. I don't care. I don't care. Why do you care what other people do? You only care about what you do for yourself. Why do you care about what other people do? It's pathetic. Strategy is disgusting. And you should be ashamed what people are doing. How you treat other people who refuse to do what you think they should do. Get off Twitter. Stop listening to CNN. Stop listening to Fox News. Go talk to your medical professional. If you don't like what they have to say, get a second opinion. You can do that. It's a free country. Don't take away freedoms. Let us decide what's best for us. And if you don't like our decision, okay, accept it. Accept that it's our decision. And let us move on with our lives, move on with your life. We to disagree. Don't do that anymore. Whether you have to agree with me and my ideals, or you're a bigot, or you're a racist, or you're a fascist, or you're this, or you're that. You realize using those words mean nothing to people like me anymore. Not a damn thing. because people use them all the time and use them completely and totally out of context. I'm sick of it. Either have a civil conversation, sit down and discuss it. Talk about it at all. Don't treat people like they're quit saying you're tolerant, and then when they don't do something you want, be intolerant of it. Quit saying that. You're not tolerant. You're far from it. You're absolutely fascist. The epitome of the word to force something or coerce someone to follow your political belief is fascism. That's what you're doing. Fascism. That's what the White House is doing. Fascism. That's what the Senate and that's what the House are doing. Fascism. You follow our belief. I don't care which party it is. It's the government. All of them are bad. Start with your local government. Put people in office. Know who you're voting for. If you don't know who you're voting for, put none of the above. If you don't know who you're voting for, don't vote. You're doing nobody any favors. I'll tell you right now, the people who voted for our current president didn't know who they were voting for. They were just voting against somebody they hated. That's also the wrong reason to vote. The absolute wrong reason to vote. You have your rights. But now you put somebody in office that is so weak and is literally a joke. Has to be told what to do. Within a year, this man is not going to be in office. You're going to have President Kamala Harris. Trust me on this. The 25th Amendment will be invoked. And Joe Biden will be out of office within a year. He can't handle it. And you voted him in because you didn't want Cheeto person as president. Smart thing to do. Gas prices have doubled. Things happen. Other things they did that was wrong, Cap. We can talk about it now. Because all the fake crap kept coming out. The stuff that they whined and complained about for him when it comes to the current president, and it's brought up people like, oh no, you can't talk about that. It was appropriate when Donald Trump was president. It was appropriate then. It needs to be appropriate now. And yes, it was appropriate if he did those things. He needed to be called out on it. So it's appropriate, no matter who's in office. It doesn't matter. That's not the way it works. So full of tribalism and so full of hate for the other side. Instead of going, they're fellow Americans, let's work with them. We need to be fellow Americans and work with each other. On that note, GRIZZ out. Sorry about the rant, guys. I'm just very, very, very sick and tired of what I'm seeing and watching people do to hurt their fellow man and claim they're loving them.